Good morning, everyone. This is Andy Gunderson with Western Marketing. I'd like to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules to attend today's webinar with Lead Squeezers. This is going to be very, very good, so I'm glad all of you are taking the time to attend this. I'm also recording this. Just a couple of housekeeping notes. If you have questions, you can type them over there in the question box on the right-hand side of the screen. We'll try to get to them as we go through the presentation and answer any other ones at the very end. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Mike Brenhaug from Lead Squeezers. He's going to be hosting our webinar today, and turn it over to you, Mike. Thanks.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Andy, for the intro. I appreciate it. And thank you, everyone, for allowing me to share Lead Squeezers with the WMA team here. Happy Thursday. But let's jump into this here. Lead Squeezers, you should be able to see my screen. If you can't, please drop something in the chat box. Let me know. But what is Lead Squeezers about? Well, you can see here at the top of the screen, Lead Squeezers, the magic is in the drip. And what I mean by that, it's about consistently dripping on your leads, your prospects, and your clients to squeeze more business. That's what we're about. When we started off a couple years ago, we started just really doing the email and the social media, and it has expanded from there. But I'm going to share with you a couple consumer buying behavior statistics, which is the core foundational philosophy of why this works. And using these kind of tools, it will definitely increase your sales over time. You know, I like to be very upfront and set clear expectations. Using any type of email or social media at the scale that you're going to use it is not going to cause your phone to blow up, but you will get deals. You will squeeze more business. You will get more referral business, and that's what this is about. And if you've ever bought aged leads before and have sold from aged leads, this is why Lead Squeezers work. So anyways, I'm just going to share a quick little story with you of how I got started. I'm also a life insurance agent, so I understand your business like anybody else. And the power behind this is a couple of years ago, actually about 4 years ago now, I was running my own Facebook ads, generating leads like any other agent would out there, and also buying leads. And one of the things that I got tired of, and it was a little frustrating for me as well, just like it is for you, is not being able to get a hold of people on the phone, or you have a lead, you call it, and what do? They hang up. I'm not interested. I didn't inquire, right? That wasn't me. And I'm like, man, you know, I just spent a lot of money on these leads. I want to squeeze more business out of this. So what I did is I started an email campaign, and my background is a business and sales coach in marketing. So I put together an email campaign, and it consisted of about 15 emails just to cover it over like a 60-day period. And every time somebody would say, Mike, I'm not interested, or hang up or whatever, I just drop them into my email, just drop in the email campaign. And what happened about 30 to 45 days later, I started getting emails back, started getting more calls. People were saying, you know, Mike, thanks for emailing me. I know I need to get this taken care of. But a couple key things happened. And my first client that I sold off the email campaign, Miss Tony Lee down in San Diego, actually, and she called me up and she said, you're the only one out of all the agents, because you know that people inquire, whether it's direct mail or Facebook leads, they're on Facebook, they fill out multiple forms on Facebook or direct mail, right? So multiple agents are targeting them. She said, you're the only one that sent me an email. Now, the email campaign that I created, in which we have, it's not just about sales, it's about educating the recipient, your prospect, about the value of final expense or life insurance or mortgage protection, okay? We're trying to educate them and use that approach. And anyways, so she called me up, pretty much did everything over the phone. I ended up going to see her and wrote my largest final expense policy for me, which was a $4,600 annual premium. Since then, she has referred me business, and out of that one account, it's about $14,000 in annual premium just from that one prospect, and all from an email. Nobody else can sell her because she hangs up on people. So how do you reach those people, right? You don't need to have a ton of prospects for this to work. The consistency and the power is in the drip, and that's really what it's about. And that's why I have that as a tagline, because that is what is important. Anyways, Lead Squeezers, now that we've had it for 2 years, many agents have reported back their sales. Some people, when they first started out in the first couple of weeks, boy, they do have several sales from the social media and the email. Other people, it may take a little longer. But let me share with you, I'm going to scroll down here a little bit. And by the way, this is our website, leadsqueezers.com, so you can feel free to go there. But what I want to go down to is what's on our website here. And I know, Andy, you're tired of hearing this because you've already seen this a bazillion times, but it's so important. And it's
I love it
about the
every time, though.
Okay. All right. It's all about the follow-up. All right. So we're in sales. That's it, right? We invest in leads. We're out there networking, prospecting, do whatever we can to get in front of people. Now, here's the deal. And some of you, maybe you have experience in real estate, because when I like to compare to real estate or to financial advisors. And here's why. Real estate and financial advisors, their prospects, it's a longer sales cycle. And when you have a longer sales cycle, you realize that it's more important to always be in front of those clients so that you're in front of them when they're ready to buy. Us as life insurance agents, here's what I noticed, and Medicare agents, it's a short sales cycle. And with that, we create this turn and burn, one and done kind of sales approach, right? Where we want to get a lead, we want to get in the home, want to sell it, we want to collect the commission, we're on to the next, and we're long gone, hard to find, and that person never hears from us. Now, some of you might be pretty good about follow-up, but I tell you, I work with a lot of agents. Most agents are not, okay? Just being honest here. And that was myself. So I throw myself in that boat before I started this process. Now, all of our clients, they get emails regularly, stay in front of them. And I share this with you. Think about this. If you're not in front of your prospects or your clients, another agent is. So I found these consumer buying behavior statistics. These are not unique for the life insurance industry. They're just across the board general consumer buying behavior statistics. But here's what it says. 25% of your sales leads are ready to buy when they first inquire. So that means 75% of them are not quite ready. So what do? How do we nurture those leads? How do we stay in front of them with a good message to educate them where your name, your contact info, your photo is in front of them so that when they're ready to buy, you're going to be the one that they call. Most agents don't have a system in place. They don't have, over 100 emails that they've professionally written and they're dripping on. They don't have the system in place, and that's the problem. And that's where lead squeezers come in. But check this out, 20% of sales are made on the first contact. Here's one that I love. 50% of people who request info won't make a buying decision for 3 to 4 months. Why is that? Well, we're all consumers. You're a consumer. And I promise you that every time you inquire about something, you don't always buy, right? You're probably in that 75% is where you're at. Your consumers, the people you're meeting with, are no different. You may be part of this 50% where it takes you 3 to 4 months. Why is that? Well, there's a couple things that you want to make sure that, is this product or service right for me? I want to do my research. Am I working with the right agent? Am I working with the right company? There's many different things, and it goes back to, and you've probably heard before, developing the know, like, and trust factor. Fact is, people like to, and they prefer to do business with people they know, they like, and they trust. If you, the 75% of the people, that's a big part of it. And if you haven't had an opportunity to develop the know, like, and trust factor, what's going to happen? You're going to miss out on that. So as a life insurance agent, you're investing in leads, you're investing your time, you're literally leaving money on the table. So if you want to increase your ROI on your leads and increase your profit in your sales, you need to understand this and follow this because it's powerful. And I'll be honest with you, it doesn't matter what system you use. We've kind of put it together to make it easy for life insurance agents, right? We have the content. You can have any CRM system you want, but if you don't have the email content, if you don't have the social media content, and if you don't have the support like we provide, it's just not going to happen. And if it's not easy for you, you're not going to be consistent, and consistency is the key. But check this out. 20 to 35% of sales are made on the second to fourth contact, and 50 to 70% are made after the fifth to 10th. Comes back to that know, like, and trust factor. This is one of the reasons I love aged leads. Invest in aged leads. It's great because most agents are not doing a good job. You can capitalize on that. But as you're investing in leads, you want to make sure you're the agent that is on top of it and capitalize on every opportunity that you have to increase your ROI. So I love this. This whole consumer buying behavior statistics here, this is the core foundation of why Lead Squeezers works. Now, I'm going to dive into and show you the CRM system, and you can go to the website here. But what I want to share with you, the other part of it, why is it that agents don't use a CRM system? There's a ton of them out there. There's free ones out there, right? But why is it they don't use it? Well, many agents don't have the technical skills. They don't have the time. You have to get your leads. You have to tag them. You have to sort them, segregate them. You have to upload them. You have to use the system. And there's a bazillion different systems out there. What we have included is and built is a system that's all inclusive. Prior to Lead Squeezers and using this, I've always had a CRM system. The one that I have loved in the past was Pipedrive. Maybe you've heard of it. They're one of the largest out there. But then I had to go get a third-party integration for the phone system. I used Kixie, right? That ran me another $100 a month just for the phone part of it. And then for my email, using an Aweber or Constant Contact like that, now I had another subscription. I had to, do a third-party integration with that. It was great. We had it and put it together. But how do you scale it? And as you add those other integrations, it becomes more of a challenge to manage and to learn. The more features there are, the higher the learning curve with the system. And that is the reason that agents don't use CRM for the most part. It's the learning curve. It becomes overwhelming using it. So I know this because, in my sales coaching background, and have implemented a lot of systems with many different people and organizations. So what we do as part of our system, which is unique, is we take care of that for you. So our plans include, we will upload your list, we will set you up. In fact, our setup calls that we have, we will get you on a Zoom call and walk you through the setup where we are actually setting up. We're setting up your email signature, we're setting up your pipeline, we're loading your contacts, we're creating tags and custom fields for you to tailor it to your business. And the reason we do that, we want to get you up and running right away. We don't want the learning curve to be, 30 days into it and you're just trying to figure it out or get set up. And then the other thing that I'll also share with you is I host a Friday training call every Friday where I cover the CRM. I cover some great sales and marketing tips also to help you increase. But we make it simple. So those two things are the reason that makes Lead Squeezers unique. If you get that, everything else is going to be easy for you. But let's go ahead and jump into the actual CRM system. Now just flip screens. And again, if you cannot see the CRM screen here, please let me know. But when you first log into the CRM system, and this is my demo account, so it's all dummy data that I have in here, but you're going to see a dashboard. What I love about the dashboard when you log into it are a couple things here. One, you can see if you're monitoring your business, which I highly recommend that you do. This is going to allow you to be a better salesperson and a better sales manager, even if it's just your own business that you're managing, because now it's going to track the number of deals. It's going to track the deal value. And if you're using it correctly, it'll calculate the conversion rate. Over here on the right-hand side, you'll see if you have any task here that it will pop up with any of the tasks that you have, okay? In your inbox, any notifications, you've got everything. This is your dashboard. It's really a success dashboard. Here you have your funnel. By the way, and I'm going to go into the pipelines, you can have multiple pipelines. So if you are running final expense, you're running Medicare, and you're trying to build a team and you have recruiting as well, it will handle all of that. all your business. So it is really super easy. And the funnel, it tells you here is a quick view. How many new leads did I have that came in? How many that rescheduled? Because what happens when you go out there and you're running business, whether it's virtual or in the field, people are going to no-show, believe it or not, right? That happened to me quite a bit. So that's why I always had in my CRM system a column for reschedule so I could focus on those people and reschedule them. The other thing that would happen is I'm out in the field. I don't know if this happened to you guys, but I get people that say, hey, Mike, I need to think about it. Well, do you know that many agents, they'll just move on and they'll forget about their think about it's? I'm going to share with you that you can squeeze a lot of business out of your think about it's just by following up consistently. But it doesn't mean that you have to call them all the time. Let the system do the magic, right? Between an email campaign, text messaging, ringless voicemail, and even a video email, all right? So anyways, this funnel just gives you a quick glance of what stage, how many contacts you have in each stage, all right? So it's pretty cool. I'm going to jump into the deals right here on the left-hand side so you can see it. And one of the things here that I'll share with you, I've got a final expense pipeline, and you can have a mortgage protection as well. But when you look at the total here, total pipeline value, $4,800, total open deals, total won, and total lost. So you'll notice that next to each one of these, that there's a value here that you can update. But when you start out, and it doesn't matter what lead source you have, it doesn't matter if you're manually entering these or uploading them, or if you're using multiple lead sources where they're providing you a lead list on an Excel or a Google Sheet, we can connect that for you so your leads come in automatically. When a new lead comes in, it can also trigger an email campaign and a text campaign. So that prospect, before you've had a chance to even call that prospect, they're receiving an email and they're receiving a text message from you right away as soon as that comes in. You have now started the marketing process. You started building that know, like, and trust factor, because I promise you, 98% of agents are not doing this, okay? They're still using the traditional method of, dial 3 times, multiple times. Well, let me ask you this. With today's technology and the phones, and I'm a big believer in still dialing. So using this system doesn't mean you stop dialing, okay? We still dial. I'm a big believer in that. But utilize and take advantage of the other tools that are available to connect with somebody, because the problem is, based on the robocallers that we've had, is many people don't answer their phone. And even though you dial them 3 times in a row, multiple times a day or multiple times a week, it doesn't mean that they're going to take your call, right? So utilize a text and an email to try and reach out to them. And when you can reach them in other ways, what's going to happen is you will increase your contact ratio. So if you have 20 leads, and if you're just using the regular dial method and you're able to maybe get a hold of 7 or 10 of those, and just by the regular phone, but yet you can get a hold of, let's say, another 5 by utilizing email and text, you've increased the number of people that you've gotten a hold of. And when you do that, you're going to book more appointments, and that's how you increase the ROI on your leads and also your sales and profitability. All right. So anyways, what happens, the leads come in, and as you're making contact with them, a couple things are going to happen. You're either going to book an appointment, or they're going to tell you to go pound sand, whatever. And you can, if they tell you to go pound sand, not interested, we all get that. Just let them continue to drip, right? Drip an email, text occasionally, because you and I both know that 30, 60, 90 days down the road, something may have changed in their life. And maybe just at the phase, they're just tired of getting all the calls initially. But as the calls start to cool down, or something happens in their life, it becomes more important. And that's what happens. And that's why, again, why aged leads are so important. It goes back to the follow-up and the consumer buying behavior statistics. But along the way, you're cruising through here and you call Albert, you get a hold of Albert, you move them over to booked appointment. You have an appointment. Now you have a column that you can focus on where these are your appointments for the week that you have. And oh, by the way, we have a mobile app for your phone that it's a real-time sync. So and when you do this, it's automatically synced on your phone. So you have access while you're in the field on your laptop, tablet, and mobile phone. But now that you've have an appointment booked with Albert, a couple things are going to happen. One, he's either not going to be there or you're going to meet with him, right? So if he is not there, you can simply drag him over to reschedule, to no-show. At this point, we can create what we call a trigger, which would trigger a text and or an email. And I like doing both. That says, hey, this is Mike. We had an appointment, between 9 and 9:30 on Tuesday. I was at your home. You weren't there. Please use this calendar link or respond to this email or text so we can get you rescheduled. All you did is drag and drop, right? Now you can continue to call. At the same time, if you're working with a virtual assistant or an appointment setter, you can have a notification sent to that appointment setter where they can focus on rescheduling with Albert so that you can focus on your appointments that you have in the field, right? This is going to help you manage your business more efficiently and effectively. It's awesome. Now, you end up finally meeting with Albert, and at that point, a couple things are going to happen after you meet with him. He's going to tell you, Mike, hey, I need to think about it. All sounds good. And no matter how good a salesperson you are, we all still get, the think about it. Or you're going to take an application. If it's on a think about it, and this is where, and I'm going to go in here real quick, and I'm going to change the value of this deal. So we have some real numbers here. And I'm going to give it a title, Final Expense. And we're just going to say $1,500 annual premium, update deal info, come back to my deals. And I'm going through this quickly, but this is part of the training. So now you'll notice when I change that, total open deals. Imagine as you're adding all these people that are thinking about it, you would have literally $5, $10, $15, $20,000 in open deals. And if you knew the value that you had, I believe the agents would think about spending a little more time on their think about it, right? And converting these people, because it's super powerful. This is money right here, all right? But again, things continue on, and you finally end up submitting an application for Albert there. Oh, by the way, what I forgot to mention is under the think about it here, it switches from a lead campaign, a lead nurturing campaign, to a think about it campaign. So you're going to continue to drip on Albert over the course of time. We've got content that goes out for a full year. You're doing nothing. You met with him, you invested the time to meet with Albert, you invested in the lead. Why forget about it? Drip on him. Email, text, videos, all that good stuff. So anyways, he finally, Albert, 30, 60 days later, he says, you know what, Mike? Yeah, I need to get this taken care of. So you submit an application. Well, the way I set up the pipeline, because I'm a life insurance agent as well, we all know that when you submit an application, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's approved. So this is where you can focus on your pending business. Again, our system is not just about marketing, it's about helping you be a better sales manager, right? And manage your book of business. And so now you know which deals you need to follow up on to make sure they get issued. And then once it's issued, you just drag it over here to policy issued. Now, why do I do this? Well, just because the policy issued doesn't mean that Mike has money in his account right now. I didn't get that paycheck, right? So I like to make sure that on my policy issued, that I follow up till I get notification or till I see that money deposited in my bank account from that carrier. Once I have been paid, I move it down here to 1. You see that right down there? I'm just gonna move and drag it to the 1. Now what you're gonna see, and this gives you an opportunity to update the deal value, maybe the annual premium changed. I'm just gonna hit close. The other thing that automatically pops up with is a box here, the contact box, that allows you to make any notes that you want about this. I'm just going to close it out. And now look what we've done here. Total open deals, it's automatically calculated that. We don't have any open deals. It's Total One has calculated that as well. So now you know how much business you have won for the week, all right? Or for the month, however you want to track it. And there's a ton of business reports that we'll show you. I'm not going to do it for the purpose of the demo, but as far as reporting tools, how many calls, how many emails were sent, how much business you won in the past 7 days, 30 days, all that good stuff, all right? But this is a very basic sales pipeline that allows you to manage it. Now, the other thing the agents are really interested in is great. How do I make contact with the people in the database? Well, there's a couple things. Let me pull up here, and I'm going to go to marketing first. On the left-hand side, that little megaphone there, go to campaigns. And these are the campaigns that we would load into your system. Let me pull up final expense here. I'm going to search for it because I've got a number of campaigns. Here's one right here. Let me pull this one. Final expense lead campaign, Kansas. All right. So here's what I'm going to share with you. Now, this is my demo account. So I've done a lot of different things. The reason you see there Kansas final expense, if you're working across the United States or in multiple states, you may want to set it up where you have a campaign by state or by region. You can totally do that. And that's what this is about, okay? Now on day one, you can see I have 4 activities. I don't recommend that. Typically what we do, I just added these because I was demonstrating for someone, and this is a video email, regular email, and another, but I recommend having 2. What is extremely powerful is having a text message that goes out. Let me pull this up where you can see it. And you'll notice these short code fields here. What this does is says, hi, John, Mike here. I'm the licensed underwriter assigned to your request. Call me so I can get you the information you requested, so you can schedule time with me by using this link, something like that. Okay, and here's the link. We have a calendar widget built in, or you can use your Calendly link. Okay, so that goes out to them right away. Text is extremely effective. And then we also send an email. Now, some agents like to send a text first, which is fine. And then we also have, I'm going to pull up here, the email. And this is what the email looks like. Subject line, it's going to pull in here. Actually, I don't have the phone number there. So I tried to reach you about your request. One of the things, all our emails, we personalize it for the recipient. The reason we do that, when somebody sees their name in the subject line, they're more likely to open the email, and that's what this is about. And here's a little greeting here. Tried to reach you by phone about your final expense. If you happen to be buying leads that have a favorite hobby, color, vacation, it'll pull in that secret word. Okay, so you have that. So it's a nice professional email. You can see at the bottom of the email, this is Jackie Stellar, my demo agent. She's a stellar agent. Anyways, yours would look very similar, but it would have your logo, your photo, your personal information. And so it's personalized. And when they receive it, they're seeing your information. All right. So you're staying in front of them on a regular basis via email. And so I'm going to take a look here, and I'm not going to go through all of them, but you can see all the emails that we have. And they're not all the same email. It's very different. Let's see what this one is here. If you were to die tomorrow, would my family be able to pay for the funeral and make ends meet? Okay. So this is a good message. It's a very real. So we have some that are, very light, and some, what we're talking about. And for me, since I'm a life insurance agent also, I always look at it this way. I'm not just a life insurance agent. I'm the only guy in the world at this time, if you're in my database, that can save you and your family from financial hardship when life happens. For me, that is the power behind life insurance. And as an agent, if you don't feel that, you really need to think about it. You need to, unfortunately, have an experience with a client or somebody close to you where there wasn't life insurance and it was financially devastating. If you've had that, you know what I'm talking about. So I take it a little more. So I'm not afraid to be very direct with people. But the emails work and you're communicating. Who will care for your pets? Think about that. Some people are like, hey, I don't have any kids, but they got pets, 5 cats and 3 dogs, and who's going to take care of their pets, right? So anyways, great, final wishes. What happens when you die? Does your family know what your final wishes are when you die? So one of the things that we have when you sign up for our services on one of the packages, we have a custom final wishes planning guide that is tailored for you with your photo, your contact info, your company logo. And we want people reaching out, and you can provide them with a free copy of a final wishes guide. Whether they buy anything from you or not, you're going to do it because you're building a relationship. You want to add value, you want to educate, right? But you can see here we have enough to go out for an entire year. That's why this is effective. Now you can go out to MailChimp. MailChimp is free, but again, just having a free platform, if you don't have the content and it's not well written, even if it's a short period of time, it's not going to get the job done like Lead Squeezers will by having a full year's worth of content. So let me come back up here to the top. And the reason I have 4 here is because I like to show people how easy it is. Let's say that you don't like what we wrote, all right? The beautiful thing about this is you can change any of this content. Just like if you're in Microsoft Word or Google Docs, you can go in here and type up whatever you want to type up and simply save it and really further customize it for you, all right? But some agents do, most don't. Now, the other thing that you can do, if you say, hey, you know what, I want to add another email. Well, you simply click this button here, email, pulls up a blank screen, and you just start typing away, and just like you would in Microsoft Word. Or if you have emails that you have sent to clients or prospects before, maybe you already have a database or a file of emails, you can take and copy and paste those emails here and create your own. All right, super, super easy. So that's how you create an email. But down here at the bottom, what I want to share with you after you've drafted the email, when do you want to send the follow-up? Well, you can send it immediately, later the same day, on a later day, on a custom date. It gives you the choices, which is super, super cool. That's why we're able to put together a campaign. So let me close out of here. There's so many things I want to share with you. If you want to do a text message, same thing, just hit a text, start drafting your text. When do you want to send it? And hit set follow-up, boom, and it'll go out. It gives you full control, and it's easy to use. But here's the deal. We'll help you do this because part of our service when you subscribe to us is we have marketing support. So we don't want you to have to try and figure it out, the first time. Call us up, we'll walk you through it, we'll get on a Zoom. If you tell us what you want to say, we'll do it. I've had agents do that. They'll send me 3 or 4 emails, say, hey, Mike, can you help me with this? We'll get on a Zoom and we'll just copy and paste and we'll format it for them and they're good to go. Once you have it, okay? And a voicemail. I don't know if you ever heard of ringless voicemail, but again, it's extremely powerful over the course of period of time here when you can not only phone somebody, do the manual dial, traditional dial, but you can send them a video email that might be a personalized for the campaign. You record a nice introduction email about you, about your services, what makes you unique, whatever it may be. And that can become part of your campaign, a video email. You can also do the same with a ringless voicemail. Record it once and it becomes part of your campaign. So this is going to make you much more efficient, right? And when you can send a text, an email, a video email, and drop a ringless voicemail, look how many touch points that you're connecting with your prospects. How powerful is that? And so what's happening there is if we come back here to the follow-up that says sales are made between the 2nd and 4th contact, the 5th and 10th, that doesn't mean that you have to phone 5 or 10 times or 2 to 4 times. Just you got to touch them. And what's going on behind the scenes is you're out there writing business and working on the booked appointments that you have behind the scenes. This is like an assistant for you that's on autopilot that is doing the follow-up for you. It's a beautiful thing. And you're staying in front of that person with your photo, your messages, your video, all that good stuff. Extremely, extremely powerful. And that's why this works. but it's a longer play. And the reason I say longer play, because I know life insurance agents, we like to get a lead, we like to call it today, have the appointment tomorrow, write the app tomorrow, and get paid, by Monday, right? You've got to be a little more realistic about this. Still do that, set those good expectations. I think it creates drive and it creates energy, but at the same time, utilize these type of systems. It's going to help you squeeze more business. And here's the deal. I'll share with you, and clients have reported back, lead squeezer agents, clients, and I've experienced this myself. What about chargebacks? What about your persistency ratio? I don't know if you've ever noticed, but oftentimes the easier deals sometimes are also the ones that fall off the books quicker. Having a client retention campaign where you're staying in front of them, if they lose, because they will lose your business card. If you leave a business card on the kitchen table and they go to clear it off for dinner, right? What's happening? They lost your business card. And if they can't get in touch with you, what are they going to do? They're either not going to pay or they're going to call the carrier to cancel, whatever it may be. Okay, so this is going to help keep more business on the books, and it's going to increase your persistency ratio. But here's what I was going to share with you. Going back to Tony Lee in San Diego, the first client I sold using this type of a process, no other agent could touch her, and that's because she hangs up. When you have clients or prospects that are harder to get a hold of, I love those clients, and the reason is no other agent can get a hold of them, right? What are agents looking for? They're looking for the low-hanging fruit. They're looking for the people that are easy to connect with. But putting in a little more energy, a little more time, you're going to be the agent that is going to reach people and sell people that other agents couldn't. And that's what I love about this system. Those are the type of people that are a little more serious about it, and you're going to have that business stay on the books a little longer as well, right? And you're going to get more referral business as well. So anyways, hopefully all that makes sense. Now I'm going to jump out of the email here because I want to be cognizant of the time here and take some questions. So that's on the email marketing campaign. Let's go back to contacts here. And if you want to dial from the system, you absolutely certainly can. One of the things that we have built into the system is a virtual phone number. There's no limit to the number of virtual phone numbers that you can have in the system. What I like about that, and I'm just going to pull up my contact here. Here we go. Mike Testerson, this is my little test contact here. But one of the things that we have is when you go to dial out, you get to choose which number do I want to dial from. So you can have multiple numbers to dial from. It's completely going to dial from the system. You can have a headset connected to your computer, or if you're using your smartphone, you can dial from your smartphone from the app, right? And what will show up is not your cell phone number. It's going to show up the virtual dial number you have here. But anyways, I'm going to dial from this. The reason this is powerful, if you suspect, and this is what agents love about it, if you suspect that your number has been blocked, and because it automatically goes to voicemail, that's a good sign that it's been blocked, you can choose another number to dial that number, okay? So you simply just hit there, starts dialing the phone. And what's awesome about it, as it's dialing, and you end the call, whether you connected with the person or not, it's going to show up this little box here that is going to allow you to select an outcome for the call, make any notes that you want to make about that call. All right. Now, the beautiful thing is it's also going to create a call log. Let me just hit the refresh button for this contact. So you can see here 23 seconds ago, and it creates a call log. So every call is logged, every email, every text message is logged here. So you have that. It's a beautiful thing. If you left a message, it'll record it. So if you have appointment setters and you want to go back and do a little quality control, see what they're saying when they're booking appointments on your behalf, you just play the message. You can hear the complete call, right? If they're leaving a voicemail, or if they got somebody live on the call. So you have all that built into the system. You didn't have to subscribe to a different service, which is what I had to do in the past. That is all built in. A couple things that we've done is we also added you'll see right here, the specific for life insurance, a little feature that will calculate the age once you plug in a birthday, okay? So it's kind of cool. You have custom fields that you can create and tags, and we'll share all that during the setup part. So, but this is your communication screen for each contact. You have the address, phone number, email, all your notes you type here. If you want to send an email out, just click email, automatically pops up with your signature. We have templates. So if you have quotes, a quoting format that you like, I've got a final expense quote, just pulls it in. That way you're not having to type up a whole new email every time. You just pull up a template and then go in and just change, the amounts, the monthly premium, the face amount, all that good stuff. So we have templates built in, which is awesome. Same for text messages. You can have templates, and you can also choose if you're calling on different markets, whether it be, the East Coast, Midwest, or Texas, whatever it may be. You get to select as many virtual numbers as you want. And then you can also send a voicemail. This could be something that's custom for this particular contact. If you just wanted to send a voicemail, you didn't want to call them. The beautiful thing about that, let's say that you just got off the phone with them, and I use this often, and you want to send them a voicemail, but you don't want a calendar to remind you to send a voicemail in 2 or 3 days to follow up. You just go in here and you start to record right from here, or you can upload, but you can, I'm on here, so it's not gonna record, but hit start, record your voicemail, and then what you do after it's recorded, I wanna send it, I don't wanna send it now, I just got off the phone with this person, I wanna send it on a custom day, I wanna send it on Monday as a reminder, to get me an updated beneficiary list or whatever it may be. Maybe it's the attending physician statement to follow up with that. And you can select a specific time. That can be done for text, voicemail, video, whatever. The system allows you, and this is a really cool feature. I love this part of it because after I'm done with a contact, and if I've gotten off the phone with them, typically there's some type of follow-up. I don't want to schedule the follow-up. I want to do it now, right? And then schedule that message to go out at a future date. And this could be a month from now. It could be 6 months from now, whatever it may be. So you can certainly do that. Really cool feature. But anyways, this is the contact panel. Over here on the right-hand side, the number of deals, because you know what? When you're truly working an account, and if you're final expense, Medicare, maybe there's an annuity out there, maybe there's some ancillary products like a dental plan, whatever it may be, you can have all that listed here, each deal, all right? And again, you're tracking your business, it's managing. You can set appointments, which is really cool. And we have built in here a calendar widget that is very similar to Calendly. Many of you are familiar with Calendly. And if you want to drop it, you certainly can, because we have our own calendar feature built in right here. And we modeled this after Calendly. So it's pretty cool. You can select a time. I don't have any events that I've created for this, but this is what it looks like. And then you have a link right there that you can use in social media, using your email, however you use in Calendly, you can use this link. The beautiful thing about it is when somebody fills out that event, now you can trigger a campaign. Do you want to trigger a final expense campaign, or is it a Medicare campaign? Whatever it is for that event, you can trigger a campaign, a follow-up campaign. And that campaign is not just email. It could be a multi-featured campaign, include email, text, video, right? Extremely powerful. But all this, how would you know how to set up? You wouldn't. Again, that's why we have the marketing support, is to help you set it up. I'm going to go back here to contacts real quick, because many people will use the Lead Squeezer system to dial out for their dial days. And I'm going to turn off campaigns so you can see this here. Now, what you'll notice here when you're looking at the screen, and you can call right from here, this phone, you can text, right? You can send a video. So you don't have to go into the detail like I was, but it tells you when it was created, when it was updated. Let me turn a couple other things off here. All right, because here's what I wanted to share with you. So as you're setting this up for your dial days, here's your contacts. You start to dial right from here. But one of the things that the system does is it will automatically update it when this lead was created or came in. Last activity, there was a call made, last contact. You don't have to enter this. The system automatically tracks it. So if you want to be able to filter out by the people that you have not got a hold of or made any calls, or you haven't had any last contact, you can do that. Last email received, right? So it's extremely powerful being able to set up your dial screen here. So you can do that. You can also, with this list, some people will I like to use Excel. I've had a couple of people. I'm just like, oh, I select those people, hit export, download your 50 contacts, and if that's easier for you to be able to call from an Excel list, you've got it. If you want to print it, you can certainly do that. Boom, it's right there. Okay, so you have it, and it's literally, we have thought about everything in here, and there's other features that we're adding as well. Anyways, it's 9:46 my time, 11:46 your time. Want to open it up for any questions that you may have, because there's a ton more features I could share with you, but I do want to answer any questions that may come through.
Mike, it's Andy. I think we answered the one question. I don't know if you can read it or not, but the question is there a video system set up like Zoom, Teleport, or Uber Conference, or Ring Central video built in?
There is not. There is not.
Yeah.
We don't have that built in. We have looked at it. It's a whole nother level. We don't have that built in yet. One of the things that we are looking at, which is a higher priority for us right now, if you're familiar with Phone Burner, is adding a power dialer feature. Even though we have the phone system, this is, and agents call from this, it's not a power dialer. Now, when I say a power dialer, if you're familiar with like a Phone Burner, you load up all your contacts and it starts dialing for you. All right, the system does not do that. All right, but that's something we're looking at that hopefully will be available next year.
Right, and then I think you already answered the second part of his question. Is there an appointment or booking calendar? And we kind of incorporated into the system. We kind of talked
absolutely right here. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, we just launched this part of it 60 to 90 days ago. We have a lot of agents using it. It's great. If you like Calendly, this works like Calendly. You don't have to have the additional expense of Calendly. I'm not seeing the chat box. I'm looking at the chat. I don't see any of those questions.
Okay.
Maybe,
yeah, let's see here.
I'm changing my options, organizers and panelists. Yeah, I don't know if there's, so if you can monitor that, if you see any other questions that come through.
Yep. Then also, I think we've got a good grip on how everything works and stuff like that. I'm sure everybody's kind of hanging on here. Let's talk a little bit about the pricing packages, Mike.
Yeah, perfect. I'm going to jump over here. All this is on leadsqueezers.com, and I'm going to go through this quick. But if you scroll through, here are the packages here. Now, one of the things that I'll share with you is it's a month to month. We do not have contracts, right? You're going to continue to use the system because you're getting value out of it. I'm a believer, if you don't get any value, we're not going to hold you hostage under a contract like many other marketing agencies do. All right, but what you see in the packages here, they all include pre-built campaigns. Under the standard, you're getting one pre-built campaign, whether it's final expense or mortgage protection, right? And this is great for the new agent, getting started. Personalized email, meaning each email is personalized with your contact information. We have both English and Spanish available. So all of our content has been professionally translated by a Spanish translator, not Google Translate, okay? You can have unlimited number of CRM contacts, but as far as having contacts on a campaign, we limit it to approximately 500. That's not a hard number. The reason we do that is when we set you up, there are things that we do behind the scenes. For example, before you load your list, you're going to send it to us. We're actually going to scrub your emails to make sure those email addresses are deliverable. The reason we do that, it's about your email reputation. If you send a bunch of emails out, they get bounce backs, unsubscribes. just undeliverable. Guess what? The email service providers pick that up, and it's going to ruin your email reputation. Okay, so very key. So that's what this is, the email list deliverability scrubber. We have birthday message campaign, and we'll show you how to start that and trigger that. So on the birthday of your contact, automatically going to get a birthday message from you, an email. All right, and we can set it up for a text message as well. All the holiday and seasonal messages, as far as email, they'll get as well. So you can see they all include that. The difference in the pricing is if you need more campaigns, if you're doing final expense, mortgage protection, Medicare, and this, by the way, this Ultimate is our most popular package, and we have a lot of people under the $1 million producer as well. But and then the CRM system, just as I shared with you, it includes that, the full featured CRM system, okay? And this here, you basically get one seat, you get a couple seats that are included. Why do we do that? Well, as you start to go up in these levels, what you find is you're working with your virtual assistants or admin, you have a support team, right, that you work with. Wouldn't it be nice to have them on the same system as well? And then that's why we do that. And it comes with all the full features. The marketing support, we don't charge a setup fee under any of these packages. We simply don't charge a setup fee, all right? And we're gonna set your CRM system up. We're gonna create your email signature, custom fields, tags. We're going to create that pipeline for you and tailor it for you. If you need 2 pipelines like a final expense, Medicare, not a problem. We go ahead and do that for you, okay? So that's there. Additional services that are not included, and some agents take advantage of it, not enough in my opinion, but it's a DNC list scrubbing service, and it's 5 cents per contact. And what do we do there? We're basically taking your list, and if you're trying to be, ultra compliant, we're going to scrub that against, the do not call list and the known litigator list. All right. So I think that's going to be more and more important as we continue on. So you can go through these packages. So the changes are the number of subscribers as you continue up. All right. And then it becomes under the marketing support and the services. When you get into these 3 packages up here, this is where we include social media. And we have our social media content that we will post to your account, your Facebook page or Instagram or LinkedIn, whatever you want. All right, so that's included here. Also includes our final wishes planning guide that I mentioned that, all the carriers have one, but again, why brand the carrier? Brand yourself, right? You want your information and at each point to have your client to have your contact information, your photo. It's about keeping in front of your prospects and your clients. So that includes that. And you get more social media support here, more accounts that we're posting to. And then under the $1 million producer, there's just a lot more here. We dive in a little deeper here. You get a few more CRM seats. We also run a full analysis on your website and your online presence. You get a report with that. It's super powerful. Social media is a whole different level, right? And the beautiful thing, if you guys have done any research out there, and if you were just to look at what a social media person would charge you, you're typically looking anywhere from $300 to $800 a month, depending on the level. And you look at what you're getting for these prices. This is why this is our most popular package, this $249. You're getting the CRM, you're getting all the email content, you're getting all the social media, and there's no contract. and you get the support. So when I say the support, let me check this. I'm not only setting you up, but we'll actually create some custom triggers and workflow automation for you to make your life easier. And we will upload your leads. All right. So you send us your leads, because one of the biggest challenges that agents have is uploading leads. They've got to map the fields, all that good stuff. We'll take your list, we'll scrub it, we'll do the email scrub, and then we will upload it for you. All right. So agents absolutely love that. So I went through that really quick, but I recommend going to leadsqueezers.com there. And just go through and view it and find a package that's right for you. That's the most important thing. And just like I would tell a client, the most important thing is consistency. So find a package that is comfortable for you, that you can be consistent every month at. Because if you just do 1 month, you're probably not going to get the results that you expect just from 1 month. The power is in the drip. Okay. So any questions on the pricing, the features, whatever it may be? And Andy, I don't see anything in the chat box, so I don't know
Yep.
if you see anything on your end.
Yeah, I got some questions here,
Okay,
Mike,
sure.
real quick. So Linda asked, the least expensive program, I guess she's wanting to know, for Medicare is $249 a month. Is that correct?
Well, we say Medicare here, but if you're just doing Medicare, all right, and if it's just one campaign, we need to update this. But if you just want one campaign, you can do it under the 79. It doesn't matter if it's a
Okay.
final expense, email campaign, or a Medicare campaign. Yeah, we can do it at 79. That's not a problem. It's just one pre-built campaign.
Right. And then they can upload more leads anytime, right? Not just initially. Just initially is
Oh,
how you set them up. And then, yeah,
any,
you keep feeding leads.
yeah, anytime. In fact,
Yep.
whatever lead source that you're working with, Linda, and if they work with CRM companies or outside vendors, we can connect that Google Sheet where it comes in automatically, those leads. All right, so it's real time. It's a beautiful thing.
Right. And we went through this a little bit earlier. You do record the calls and options and the ability
Hmm.
to store those calls and recordings and all that.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yes. Yep.
Especially with
Okay.
Medicare, agents have really liked having that feature.
Right. Yeah. So Medicare is available. There is a video. I don't know what she asked about video. Niece, make sure to give us a call on that one. I'll kind of go over that with you. What else? Oh, is there a fee for extra storage or is it unlimited? I'm assuming she means in the CRM system.
You can have unlimited contacts in the system. The difference
Right.
is the email campaigns and text campaigns. Um,
Right.
it's not a hard number. The reason we do this is the more subscribers you have, the more work on our end to run them through the deliverability scrubber and upload and those kind of things. You're using more of our resources. And so it's not a hard number here. Let's say you have 600 contacts and we're not gonna, stop you at 500 or boot you off or anything like that.
Right.
It's just
Okay.
there because there's a lot more service. Hopefully that makes sense. One of the
Gotcha.
things that I do want to mention is if you're intimidated by technology and all the features and setup, that's what we're here for. We have a lot of agents that know nothing about technology and CRM and email campaigns, but they know it's important. They want to get on. That's the beautiful thing about what we do under the marketing support. We want to help you with that. We don't want you to be intimidated or overwhelmed. All right. So hopefully we make it painless.
Perfect. All right. Well, I think we're about out of time. If anybody else has any questions that we didn't get answered, just make sure to give us a call here at Western Marketing. The phone number again is 800-852-7152. Hope you all enjoyed today's webinar. Really appreciate you, Mike, doing this.
Thank
I think
you.
it's a great program. That's why I brought it out as many agents as I can. I think it's awesome. It's an awesome tool. So again, thank you everybody for their time. Thanks again, Mike, for hosting. And again, got any questions, give us a holler. Everybody have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Take care.